I guess I'll start by asking, you guys were down early. I know at the time that you referenced the crowd, the environment. How did you see, or how much did you enjoy the fact that you guys were able to respond and play the way you were there on out?
Yeah, we were down early. I thought we made some silly errors. We fumbled the ball a little bit, which was a bit of a hangover from the Melbourne United game as well. And what we just talked, I'm guessing which timeout you're talking about. I'm going to guess it was one where we just, what do we need to do to go and execute and be solid on the road? It's been a little while since we've been on the road. Obviously, we spent the first month of the season there, but then we've been stuck at home as well for a while. So it was just a bit of a reminder of the important things that you need to take care of when you're in an environment that's a little hostile. And we're nice and loud and really supporting their home team. So that was good.
Sorry, mate, I missed the complete back end of that.
Oh, let's go again. Ask the question. I've forgotten what it was.
You want to go again, okay? The timeout I was referencing, you were down 17-12, so it was only about 5 minutes into the game.
Mm-hmm.
I know you referenced the hostile crowd. How did you responded outside of that?
Yeah, it wasn't so much about the hostile crowd. It was more about what we need to do to be a successful team on the road, and that's what we want to become. So while acknowledging the crowd and their support for the Hawks, I thought we were putting a little bit of heat on the rim and maybe not getting a reward early in the game. I just wanted to continue to encourage the guys that, hey, we've got to be solid. I thought we threw a couple of fancy passes that resulted in turnovers. Just some little things that you can't afford to do. I mean, you shouldn't do it when you're at home, but you certainly can't afford to do it when you're on the road. So it was really just, let's straighten up and take care of our business.
I think every game for the last month, the last year about Ryan's minutes, and his minutes were the same, but he was knocking down those shots tonight, or they were thereabouts. What did you see from Ryan tonight? That he's confident shooting the ball, the attack of the basket as well at times there. What did you see overall?
Yeah, it looks like he's played 22 tonight, which is an increase. That's his season high. I think we got him 20 in the last game, and it was the game before he was in foul trouble. So it's really just about bringing him along slowly. Again, 12 months out of the game is a heck of a long time. It's like coming off a knee, Rico. You just got to slowly build into it, get your confidence. In regards to him, we're seeing the progress at practice. You see the little improvements. There was even a little bit of hang time on one move he took to the rim during the week. He messed up the shot, but that's the next progression, is that little bit of hang time, and then he can finish around the rim as well. So we're just seeing just a small improvements and small growth. And as we see that, we feel a little more confident to let him loose. He was kind of putting his hand up to get out at times tonight, but when you're shooting the ball like that, I guess you gotta tell him no, stay out there. So.
And Kyle, for you, I know no keeper again tonight. He only played 9 minutes. I think he's in the last game there. You've been in this starting role for a while. When you have someone like Ryan shooting like he is at camp as well out there on the perimeter, how easy does that make your role, not only as a scorer but a facilitator and running the offense?
Yeah, it's a massive help. As you mentioned, they space the floor so well. They demand a lot of attention. So, when it comes to our pick and roll action, it allows us to play that two-man game, myself and Yanni or Ben or whoever the bigs are. So, they're amazing to play with, and we saw it tonight. Rowdy made a few shots, and he can get hot pretty quick, and we've seen Glizzo do the same.
I know I asked you about keeper last game, Simon, and you mentioned that you wanted to be careful, just being that it wasn't particular and it can be a tricky injury. Was that just no more accident, or just you woke up the next day feeling sore?
Look, he probably could have played this weekend. I wasn't happy with the preparation, more so that he needed the extra day after the day off of the game, and for me it was like, okay, with this change in the schedule, more so because we were supposed to play tomorrow night up in Brisbane, and that maybe that extra day he would have been able to show us a performance on the track, but the bringing the game forward, coming here instead. It was more of like, I don't think we were able to put the minutes into him at practice that he requires to play at the standard that he demands of himself. And I felt like rather than try and rehabilitate him on the road, that we get him working back in Melbourne and get a little bit of extra loading in there, and we'll get him back on the floor next week.
In relation to the crowd specifically with Mitch, did you anticipate that might be the case? Did you bring that up at all in terms of that maybe the crowd might react to him and might boo him? Was that something you spoke about or expected?
We're not naive. We know that there's the best of times the locals here are very parochial about their Hawks. There was the expectation that we might be a little bit of that.
And he, obviously, I think that's the first time this year he's been in single digits for scoring. Probably not his best night. What did you see from him? And I guess what we've seen in the couple of days that he's been back around you guys in terms of how he's feeling with not only that, I know that's not for you to speak about, but also losing the captaincy in terms of teamwork and stuff.
He's concerned about the team and trying to fit in. He has to come back in and fit in with this group, and he's doing his best to do that. It wasn't his night, but there was a few other guys firing, and that's the way this team's been put together. That's the way that we've operated all season, that we always defer to the guy who's got it going on the night, and it wasn't him, and it'll be him next time, and somebody else will be cooling off, and that's the way this team is. I really proud of the 27 assists that the guys had. They're looking for each other. They want to create for each other. I loved our bench tonight and the way they celebrated the success of the guys out on the floor, and that's a special feeling. I think we've got a really special group. We've had a few things go against us this year in regards to our health, but I think it's really built a solidarity in the group that we can push through, and that we can get this done regardless of some of the obstacles that are thrown your way. And everyone's facing those this year. We know that. The quick scheduling of this game, that was an obstacle, but you don't sit there and complain. You just got to go out and get the job done. So we work around the clock, try and get a scout in place, try and get our players prepared, and that's our job. And whatever comes our way, we just keep forging ahead.
Last one for me, for you, Kyle. You've had pretty good success against the Hawks this year. Do you guys feel that it's a confidence with matchup-wise? Is it just that those are the nights that you've been able to execute the way you want? What do you see with the matchup with Illawarra and why you've had success?
I think we've just bought it on the end. I mean, every team in this league is really, strong competition every night. We know the Hawks are going to be an up-tempo team. They've got a lot of firepower in their backcourt, and I think our energy and tempo all three times we've played them has been great. And I think outside of this first quarter, our 3 quarters defensively were incredible. So as a group, I don't know if it's something on the Hawks or not, but I just think that we've really brought it each 3 times we've played them, and we really need to find a way to have that intensity when we play other teams. Last week against United, we didn't have that. So it's just about bringing that, I think, fast-paced game we like to play, and also on the defensive end, just really crawling in and making life difficult.